Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, and today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. I'm tired of talking about Bitcoin. I really am. But there's a difference now. And I'm only going to describe the difference, show where everything's at. You get to make the own decision. Nothing this is financial advice, legal advice, or any other advice. Just Brad on the internet looking at these things because he has nothing better to do with his time because he's retired, living off his distributions. I think everybody should probably have a little Bitcoin someplace, or at least be making some income off of Bitcoin. This all gets stimulated from an email I got from Roundhill. They sent me an email saying that they were 25.97% on YBTC. YBIT for me on Max is at 9.57. I said, sure, I believe you. I mean, they do have a Bloomberg terminal, so they obviously are just taking this right off of some website someplace. But let's talk about it, because all these funds are different now. Every single one of them are different. So YBIT from YieldMax, 117%. And I'm not going to get into the mechanics of why their percentage is so high. Just know that they're not doing anything wrong. But if you like NAV erosion, these are your people every day of the week. And we'll talk about NAV erosion also on these. But YBIT is now selling options on IBIT. Just thought I'd throw that out. They're now selling options on IBIT instead of BITO. That's an interesting conversation. I have feelings one way or the other, but I prefer something that sells it on an ETP like IBIT. To each their own, because you're only extracting yield, because you do not own the underlying. Only one of these funds has a little portion of owning the underlying. All the rest of them are some type of synthetic. So you're not investing in BTC, you're not investing in cryptocurrency, you're only harvesting the yield with all these funds except for one. YBTC still has their synthetics on BITO. The distribution rate is 40.75 according to their website. I'm not going to argue with that, but again, selling a synthetic, an option on or a derivative on a synthetic. So I'm going to sit here and say, you don't own anything. You're harvesting yield. Maxi, 51.85. They actually do futures. They do futures, and then they do an income overlay on top of it. So they do a futures contract, which is in contango. I know that is a difficult word, but you can go out to the CBOE website and actually track each month and see if it's going up and to the right or going down to the right. Currently, the future contracts are going up and to the right. So Maxi looks pretty good to me. 51.85. Let's find out how well they are doing. And that's what you really came along for, because each one is different. Because they're selling a one-time futures contract and it's in contango. So they're going to do pretty well again this month. BTCI. Full disclosure, I own BTCI. I like BTCI. I like Neos. I might not be the winner. I'm going to admit I am not the winner in this race, but they are the only ones that actually hold a portion of Bitcoin. 25% or thereabouts is in HODL. So that's HODL. If you don't know what that is, it's a exchange traded product that actually holds Bitcoin on your behalf. That's what they do. But notice, this is what it comes into. They are selling their synthetic options now on index. You know Neos is going to be the most tax efficient. So somehow they have an index CBTX with index traded products with a synthetic. So they're going to be a little more tax efficient than the other jokers that are in this race. I love jokers. Only joking, don't shoot the messenger there. That was Brad's little funny of the day. BITO, 49.51% according to Seeking Alpha. They sell future contracts, or they're based on future contracts to try to track the price of Bitcoin. That's all they're doing. They buy and sell future contracts daily to try to match the price of Bitcoin as it goes up and as it goes down. And they generate an income. They pay that income out in distributions. So now here comes the ultimate test. We're going to look at the charts to see who's the winner and who's the loser and who hasn't. NAV erosion. Gotta love NAV erosion. Everybody jump in. YBTC down 31.39 on price. Ybit, oh, they're only down 0.02. Oh, okay, not bad. Right at breaking even. BTCI, which on this chart, they only recently started, so they have a little bit of a disadvantage, is only up 31.33. Maxi is up 13.35. BTC, real BTC, is up 51.71. And BITO is only down 10.13. So looking at that, you only have two of these funds without some type of NAV erosion. BTCI being new, we're going to have to give that caveat. But the numbers are the numbers. Now, total returns. Oh, Ybit, 7.24. And we are looking at today's. YBTC, 31.12. Okay. BTCI, 37.46. Maxi, 44.95. BTC, actual holding the Bitcoin, 51.71. And BITO coming in at 45.88. Looking at the numbers, BITO being the only one for income is the highest income. Maxi was second highest. BTCI being the third highest, but the newest fund, and I kind of color-coded that to the end so you can see when they started compared to the others, but we're going to change the dates so it's an apples to apples comparison, and you can see Ybit not doing very well. Now, if I change the dates, and I'm changing the date to when BTCI just about started. Ybit is only up 9%. YBTC is up 22. BTCI is up 31. Maxi is up 37. Bitcoin is up 47. And BITO is up 37. So you're seeing Maxi and BITO leading the pack, with BTCI coming in third. And the other two guys, well, they're trailing. And this is on price return, not total return, price return. When we look at total return, Ybit 25.10, YBTC 29.12, BTCI 37.46. Oh, wait a second here. Maxi 53%, beating actually holding Bitcoin. So you have two of these funds, because BITO is also at 50%, actually beating holding actual Bitcoin in total return, starting when BTCI was founded. Now I know I'm going to have somebody jump on and wah, Coney is better and we should just hold Coney. It happens every time. Promise you, comment below, somebody's going to talk about Cody. So let's throw Coney into the mix. Uh-oh, Coney's at 42.17, BITO is at 50, and Maxi is at 53% using the exact same date. And I just shrug my shoulders and say, okay, it looks like Coney is a winner, but doesn't beat Maxi or BITO. In the end, there is only one clear winner, and there's always just one clear winner, and that's Misty. Misty, starting with the same date that BTCI was founded, is only up 70.70. I say it's only up 70.70, and that's only in a couple months. Now, you can choose to pick your funds. I'm going to choose a fund, and I think that I've made this very clear over the many months. I like to hold the funds that hold the underlying. That is why I chose BTCI, because 25% is holding the underlying. Everything else is either future contracts or synthetics. It is what it is. That is the way that I like to invest. Just because I invest one way does not mean it's the right way for everybody else. I just like holding something that holds the underlying. That's all. But you know that I play with Misty, so I talk both sides of my mouth some days. But at the end of the day, you should probably have some Bitcoin or some Bitcoin-derived income. Now, I am going to give one last little caveat about this to everybody that's new to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and everything else. I haven't been feeling good the last couple of days. So I've actually been allowed to watch a little more YouTube than I normally do, because normally I'm just making videos and catching up on stuff and doing a lot of other stuff. But I've been allowed to watch a little bit of YouTube myself and watch channels that I watch. And I was shocked. And the reason I was shocked is somebody that I would think would never show his face on YouTube again because of FTX is back on YouTube. And I shake my head. He's on a different channel, and that's where you start to shake your head. If you have people that you've been following this for a while, and they were doing cryptocurrencies, and then they left the channel and went to a different channel, and you just have to shake your head, because I would never listen to that person again. And he shows his face. I'll just say that. He shows his face. He's on the channel. I thought he was a really nice guy, but he really got into FTX and pushed FTX to all of his people, and they got slaughtered when FTX shut down. Be careful out there. I will just say, I'm going to link a YouTube channel that I listen to below. And I will say, if I would have taken his advice 3 years ago, or if you would have took that person's advice 3 years ago, you would have been a multi-millionaire 10 times over. But he only covers 3 things. He covers MSTR, which is MicroStrategy. He covers Bitcoin, and he covers Tesla. He doesn't really cover anything else. Very focused on those 3 products. I can recommend his channel because I don't think he's a scammer. And I came out the other day and said, Misty, or MSTR, MicroStrategy, is probably going to get into the NASDAQ 100. I'm going to link the exact video that he did the other day showing exactly what the price predictions are if it does get into QQQ. We don't know yet. We're pretty darn sure. He's sure, I'm sure. But until it's actually done, nothing is for sure. Look at the price predictions that he says, and you can make your own decision what you want to do going forward. Because he hasn't always been right, but he's been pretty darn close over the last several years. Anyway, hope you found this entertaining and educational at the same time. Until next time, God bless.